Again, really dynamic, really expressive. Here's a neat thing I'm going to be able to show you. Here's some of the new V editing functions that we have. First, like for example, the bass drum. Here, my kick drum. Check this out. I'm going to go to my edit page. One of the first things I can do if I want to, we've had this before in the original model. You can see in the screen up there, we can do things like making the bass drum deeper, or for example, changing the beater type from wood to plastic so you get a harder attack. Things like what kind of drum head do you want? You want coated, pinstripe, or a clear head? In the tuning, over 8 octaves of tuning. So you can do this with all the instruments. So you get the idea. Let me get back to ground zero here. Great. Now, of course, things like also we have things like the muffling. Add tape, a weight, blanket. Whatever you want to do. Now here's the cool thing is adding snare buzz. Because got the snare, you can hear the snare drum somewhat loose. Well, the bass drum, what I can do is add snare buzz to it. Add different amounts to it. Same thing with the toms. I can add snare buzz to the toms. Or you can take it all out. You get the idea with that. So it actually sounds and plays, I mean, you're getting all the resonation from the snare buzz. The cool thing is it's a different snare buzz for the toms than the kick. And if I actually change snare drums, it'll change snare buzz. I mean, that's how cool this thing is. The other thing I'm going to show you which is really neat is the mics. I have a lot of different, now I have more mic positions for the bass drum and for the other instruments. You can hear that difference. Here's the other thing, we also have a new mic size. We have the diaphragm size, so you can hear that. Hear the difference that makes. Here's what's else kind of neat is kit resonance. As you know, you play like a piano. When a piano plays, you play one note, the whole instrument resonates. You're not just playing this one note. Same thing now that we have here. Like for example, I'm going to play the kick drum. It's not just the kick, because all the drums actually resonate when you play the kick drum, right? Take a listen. I'll increase the value. Which is really cool. Get the idea with that. What happens with that? With things like the dynamic interval control and the snare buzz and the kit resonance, what ends up happening is that it not only sounds like one instrument, but when you're playing it, it plays like one complete instrument. It makes a huge difference. You're not playing a bunch of just individual little sounds. You're playing one instrument, and that's what's really exciting, especially as a player, to play the new TDW-20. Now, what I'd like to do also is show you another new model that we have here for the cymbal. Take my cymbal, and one of the cool things I can do with my cymbal is we could do the original TD20 as well as the TD12. You can add sizzle. I can add the rivets. Now this is what's exciting now is we can add how many rivets? Let's say you only want one rivet. Now you're feeling like I just feel like a little sizzle today. You can add just one rivet. If you want to keep adding them, you keep increasing the value. And pretty soon it looks like a pepperoni pizza. So